Yo, 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 yo. Always start the stream without the microphone working. What's good? Late, 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 you madman. Didn't even send a message in the chat and you're already subscribed. Dude, you're a legend. Thank you so much. You have single-handedly supported the stream financially more than anyone else in the world. Skriz, what's up? Dude, what's happening? This isn't going to be the longest stream in the world. I'm here for a good time and not a long time, you know? Late, you're insane. Thank you so much, my man. Hope you're hanging around. Whoa! Dude, what's going on? You guys are too fucking nice. You really are.
You like rock.
Fuck me, was that as loud for you guys as it was for me? Oh, wait, I've just realized I've turned off the alerts. Oh, it just popped up for a second there at the end. On the chat over there. Late, you're a legend. Thank you so much, man. And okay, it wasn't too loud, thank God, because it exploded my eardrums, so I'm glad it wasn't too bad for you. Do you know what this means, Late? Do you know what this means? Is you get to slam these fucking bad boys. Actually, you only be able to slam one of them. Dude, but you're insane. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that.
You like rock.
Whoa! Whoa! Kyle! Hype train! What's happening? Oh my God! Whoa! What's happening? I don't even know what a hype train is. I'm so much of a boomer. Listen to Shaq. He's doing his fucking thing. Oh yeah, slam those emotes. Slam them, yes. And boys, I promise I recorded 2 videos this afternoon, and I did a shitload of work on another video yesterday. So I promise you, stuff is actually coming on the channel. I promise. Kyle, I love your existence. You keep it up. Thanks, my man. Also, I had my first COVID jab this afternoon, so if I grow like a third arm mid broadcast, or if my 5G signal starts interfering with the stream, do let me know. Don't you call me out, Kyle? I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And dude, but and Late, you're all so to be subbing to a random streamer that streams like once a month. You're throwing your money away, but I really do appreciate it. But I promise there is stuff coming. There is stuff happening. It's very much in the works. Just needs a bit more time to get right. But next week there'll be a vid, and then after that, bam, they'll be coming at you thick and fast. Am I magnetic yet? Not quite, but I did. Literally, I was just setting up to stream and knocked over an entire pint of water all over my desk, which was not fun. Late, what is going on? A hype train. Wow! Ooh. Oh, look at these little emotes. 100%. Ooh, Franco Z. Oh, what is going on? Late, you are a legend. I really do appreciate you. Now I don't know what to do though. I feel famous. I feel like I should actually hurry up and do what I started streaming for. So does this mean that you can get some sort of like emotes or something? I hope you guys get something out of this hype train thing. Nathan's here. What up, Nathan? Right, boys. Right, boys. Look at this. It's playoffs time. Playoffs is happening. Playoffs is here. Are you as moist as I am? Because I'm fucking ready. I still haven't caught up with last week's games. There were just so many of them. And I watched someone stream to catch up, and I watched Oni Warriors play the Camelot Kings because I was like, I heard this is a really good game. I can't believe the Onis won. And then the Onis lost because I was actually watching the wrong game the whole time. So I'm fucking stupid. So, Late, thank you so much, Kyle. Dude, but really do appreciate you. Right, boys, let's hear some predictions. This is your moment to prophesize. Gaze into that crystal ball. Atlantis Leviathans, Solar Scarabs, Dragons Titans, Bolts, Mystery Imp Team, Oni, Zap Frags, they wins. I can't believe the Oni's about to succeed. I know, man. Well, Bolts is, understandable. Yeah, Bolts is understandable. Oni Warriors, it's just Neil has the thickest plot armor in the entire world. Oh, Vampire, my man. I hope this is a good enough time for you. Going bug all the way. The Bug Boys are getting some real reps in the chat. You'd love to see that. It's funny. Have we ever seen a team improve more in one split than the Scarabs? Because, like, when they started, they were doo-doo. Not gonna lie. Yes, emotes. Yes, Vampire, slam those bad boys. I spent a whole 3 minutes in Photoshop putting them together. I just can't wait for people to start spamming this bad boy. I can't tell you. This took me a whole 5 minutes. Whoa. It looks so scuffed. I actually love it. Leviathan's a bottle drops. Oh, he's even got that. Whoa, Scarab emote. I didn't know they had one of those. That's a good one, actually. I might sub to Inbound, drop some bug boys in chat. So Kyle is all in on the bolts, and the bugs. So is Late's gonna bug all the way. Yeah, Leviathans, man. It's weird. Sanguine were always used to be they were the ultimate sorry, I just got a message. It threw me off. I threw off my train of thought. They were the ultimate LAN team before. They turned up at LAN all the time. And now what's happened to them? It happened at last year's MSI, happened at the second MSI, happened at Worlds, and now it's happening again at the playoffs. Nathan's on commission. Fair enough. Oh, I just turned on direct monitoring, which means I hear my own voice in my ears. And it really spooks me. Yeah, the Kings, Vamper, the Kings just had the most minor of dips, but it just happened to be at the worst timing ever. Like, the worst timing ever. And I did see some people saying stuff like, did the Phase 1 playoffs... actually, you know what I'm going to do before I finish my rant? Let's get some fucking background music on, because you guys are worth it. They were saying, did... Is that quiet? Let's make that nice and quiet. They said, did the playoffs devalue the rest of the season too much? And at first, I kind of thought, we've got to have a bit of a playoffy thing to catch up on time. But it is a real shame for the Kings, man. If only Warriors hadn't have stepped up, and it would have just been the top 6 teams qualifying, and then it would have just felt normal. Vux didn't make it, and then I guess it would have been Oni not making it as well, and it would have felt fine. But Neil's plot armor comes into full effect again. Yeah, Bugs did get a bit lucky. No, I don't think they are going to fall off. I think they've looked too clean and too good. Admittedly, I think they did start to overperform a bit just because the rest of the teams around them. Whoa, a level 1 hype train. What does that mean? Shared something. Wait, what does that mean? Man, I need to clue up on Twitch stuff, because you guys are getting emotes. You love to see that. Anyway, sorry, I get so distracted. Yeah, I think they did start to overperform because the teams around them, the top teams around them, really started to shit the bed a bit. But I don't think that's what's going to continue to happen. I think that is just a kind of one-off. I think they are solidly the number 3 team, number 4 at least. Yeah, agreed. I think that's where people are really finding success against the Kings. It's just dive Tings at all costs. If you kill Tings, their team fight melts a bit. Do you know what I've realised? I've realised that the Kings play like Season 5 Splice a bit. The Najjar jungler sort of tipped me off onto it, and now it makes sense. They roam as this kind of goon squad in the jungle, and they just kill somebody. Doesn't matter if it's the tank or not, they just ult someone and kill them, and it basically just gives them free pressure in the jungle because you have to roam as 5 to fight them, otherwise they invade all your buffs. And that's what they do, they just invade all your buffs big time and get massive leads like that. I think the Kings are the real sad story on that one. The Scarabs, man, they are just going from strength to strength. They are really start to popping off. Yeah, exactly. Inbounders start to play well. And I think I've been saying this for months and months, that I think supports are the most important members of the team in this split and last split. It's coming home. I love I'm not even talking about football this time, and we're coming home again. We love to see it. Um, yeah, I think supports are the most important team members. I think junglers are starting to. They're more important than they were last season, where they were basically just playing second fiddle to the support. I think they've got a lot better early game items now, and they get so much more gold online. They start to like do a lot more damage. But I still think that supports roaming the map basically just control the game. And so when your support is inbound and he's playing like doo doo, then they're struggling. But when he's playing like when he suddenly goes into like beast mode, suddenly it's so weird. Is there a more up and down player than inbound? Sometimes I'm like, yeah, he's good, and then sometimes I think, Jesus Christ, how is he in the league? Yeah, Boronic has stepped up game by game by game. So what do you guys think? Leviathan Scarabs. I cannot believe that I'm even considering saying Scarabs on this one. Wait one second, I need to mute my mic. So congested, mate. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm glad to see Boronic popping off a bit. I need to turn the gain down on my mic. Honestly, I'm not joking. I did pour a literal pint of water over my desk. Panatom, yeah, Panatom's been really up this season, I think. Just towards the end, he started to go down a bit. But I think he's had his biggest up so far this season. He started season 6 really strong as well. Oh, I know this. I literally just stopped into Smite Game at one point. I was like, what the fuck is going on in chat? That's why I just never read Smite Game chat, man. Smite Game chat is a cesspit, an actual cesspit. Yeah, it's just like the biggest shitters in the community. So who do we have? Who are your bets? Levies, Scarabs? Yeah, I think he does. You know what? I think Panatom really chokes against the better teams, against the Dragons especially. He goes from looking amazing all season, like he crushes the lower end teams, and then just kind of seems to lose it towards the end. Bug. You guys, the bug boys are here. There's a much bigger bug representation than I expected. Think it'd be the Leviathans. I can't believe that I'm even considering the Scarabs getting through, man. But this shit, my cat's here. Come on, kitty, come join the stream. I hope you'd have heard her meow because she does the classic. Oh, my noise game, I've cut it off. Yeah, Yako has been popping off. Here she comes. Kitty. Oh, she's putting my eardrums out. Oh, it's like on her head. Abort. Kitty abort. Everyone say hi to Kitty. Say hello to that kitty cat. Vamper, can you remember her name this time? That's the real question. Ah, she's pulling my earplugs out. Okay, alright, we're just sitting here, alright, fair enough. Right, guess no earplugs for me. Ultimate scrap, yeah, it is. Yarkor popping off would not surprise me at all. Yarkor has been an absolute chad this split. Leviathans for sure. Yeah, hello Kitty. Hello tea time, boys, I'm sure she's what she'd say. Hello. You got Dragon winning the whole yeah, Dragons do tend to step it up when they actually focus. The thing is with the Dragons, I thought they would come in really strong, and I thought they'd have a slump, but I thought they would wait until at least the second split to have their big slump. They always seem to have one little dip, but they've decided to take it nice and early this year. So I as good as oh, you know what? A little bit of me thinks the Scarabs are actually going to win this game. And I've been the biggest Leviathans fan all season. I've put them as the #1 team all split, but I just have this nagging feeling in my soul that Scarabs are going to win it. Leviathans take game 1, Scarabs game 2, and I just have this horrible feeling that Scarabs are going to take game 3. But I agree with what somebody said earlier. I think that the Bolts have just gone from, mid-table team, and they've suddenly just, gone up a gear. They are suddenly just a brand new team. So, Jesus Christ, Vamper, you're always doing something intellectual. You're making me feel bad, man. I'm just here fucking watching Smite. Nathan, I was skimming that message. I was like, their biggest strength is adapting. I was like, holy shit, what happened? What sort of roster swap did I miss? Yeah, when the Dragons turn up, they do tend to turn up in big fashion. But we'll talk about them in a second. Let's go through the top half for now. Yeah, so for me, the difference has been Ven, right? Haddix has stepped up, but that was to be expected because I think he was underperforming in the first couple of weeks. And like we all knew that Haddix was gonna, Chadix was gonna come up. He's been one of the most lane dominant players forever. Right? So I don't think anyone was surprised when he started stepping up. But Ven was like, I've always said that the crop of talent in the mid lane at the moment is insane. Like it's the strongest role by a mile, in my opinion. And I always thought Ven was quite far down on that list. But truthfully now, sorry, I'm just faffing my mic. Ven has been playing like the best mid in the league in the last couple of weeks. And I can't believe I'm saying that because I thought he was quite, pretty average for a very long time. Mm. So with Sam, I feel like Sam is still winning games by himself, but I think teams are starting to kind of twig that, Sam is basically Sam is that team. They play through Sam so much, and if you can shut Sam down, then they kind of seem to lose their way a bit. They're usually so confident, so strong, especially roaming around the jungle, but when Sam goes behind, I feel like they just fall off a bit. And conversely with Hurrowwind, I think if they're winning, Hurrowwind looks amazing. If they're losing, Hurrowwind doesn't look nearly as good, which is always obviously true of most players, right? It's easy to look good when you're winning. But mid laners need to be able to be the ones like Paul was at Worlds who can turn around a tough game when it's going wrong. What's Vamp say? Bolts Levy and then
You move like a jaguar.
Oh my god, late Kitty. Yes, we'd love to see that. Hey, sorry, let me just catch up on the messages quickly. Events stay on this level. Yeah, Lasbra. I feel like it's good for them that Lasbra's no longer having to wear the backpack. I feel like they've got loads more match winners now. The last year was basically, does Lasbra show up? If like a flow chart. Does Lasbra perform? If yes, Renegades win. If no, they lose. And you just can't have that single point of failure. Whereas now it's like, I think their main win condition is Jake, and then and then Haddix, and then Lasbra. So, like, there's BMT, Ven, Shinto, Pool right now. So I would have, I wouldn't be surprised if Haddix MVP. It wouldn't surprise me, man. He has popped off big time. BMT is top for me as well, and that's on ping, which is insane. I would have put Shinto above it, but in the last few weeks, he has really stepped up. So, Tower Boy. Late, thank you so much for the donation, and I couldn't agree more. Kitty, like, what more is there to say in life? Thank you so much, man. Your support for the stream continues to be absolutely goated. Yes, agreed, Vamper. They still play through him. Don't get me wrong. They still play through him a lot, but it's not that same level of like, like, Lasbra, we need you, like, please. Like last season, what did Ven do last season? I really can't think of a single game where I was like, wow, look at Ven this season, Roldy, thanks so much, man. Thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate that. And I promise there is stuff coming. This is I'm saying this on stream as like accountability, so I promise. Let me move my mic because it's in an awkward spot. Oh, horrible mic noises. Sorry. This is accountability. There is content coming, and it's going to be long and good. The next story behind the skin, well, it hasn't been started, but it will be soon. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. Oh, yeah, actually, that's true. So actually, sorry. I meant sort of like regular season time. He did pop off in that time defense. So yeah. I remember him copying other people's picks. That's the thing with that Renegades team. And it's something that Barrows teams have been really bad for in the past, is just like, oh, this pick is doing well. Let's just start picking them. And it's like, it's fine to it's better to pick your own picks than just to blindly pick other people's picks. Militiades, what's up, my dude? So it's a pretty split on this one. My brain says Leviathans are obviously going to win, but my heart says that Scarabs are somehow going to take it 2-1. They just have this way of doing it, and Leviathans have just choked in a lot of things recently. But honestly, I really did not rate Bolts as much at the beginning of the season. I really did not have much faith in them, but they have stepped up. They have stepped up so much. And in the last few weeks, they've looked like the best team in the league. As the other top teams have started to shit the bed a little bit, they have got stronger and stronger. So I've got Bolts going through here to the final. SOT, man. How good has SOT been this season? I think he's been one of the top 3 solos. Yeah, exactly, Van. But called it, man. Yeah, so a lot of people said that later, actually. The thing is that a good tournament run is one thing, but I much rather prefer. Actually, I did have them as 4th in my pre season review of the teams. I had them down as the 4th strongest team. Oh, look at this ice gem looking haircut. So it's not like I didn't rate them, but I thought over the course of a season, I thought their top end of play wasn't as good as the other teams. I thought so from the regular season last season, I thought they were a pretty average team. And then after seeing the playoffs and worlds, I saw their top end was way higher than we realized, and they were actually quite good. And I thought Haddix was a good change for them. And I thought they were going to, step it up a little bit, but not a substantial change. But what has changed is Ven. Ven has elevated his gameplay, and now their top end is even higher. And I had them at 4th before, so now you're seeing them like 3rd and 2nd. And at the moment, for me, number 1. Yeah, I'm loving seeing Herc back again. Because I think Herc has been criminally underpicked. He is a nightmare to deal with. A good Hercules player, good Hercules players have consistently ran games over the years. Think of Aurora, think of PBM. Jake just does his own thing, man. No one plays their own style as much as Jake. He has one of those play styles where sometimes you think, what the fuck are you doing? Like, he'll walk into a purple buff by himself and die, and you're like, but then he'll also just win games by himself. Yeah. Man, Haddix is just such a clean mechanical player. One of those players that gets the most out of every single play. Gets like out of every single engagement, and it really does make a difference. It really adds up. Why is this not? Why can I not see my mouse? What the F? Yeah, him and Haddix. Yeah, exactly. So I've got bolts going through to the. You wonder if SD will burn out? I don't think he will, man. I think they're pretty settled in this team. I think I think they seem to have a really good team environment. Obviously, I don't know that, not on the inside or anything, but can Haddix play Guardians? Well, I've not seen it. I don't doubt it, but at the same time, at the moment, with Bluestone being as strong as it is, and Warrior's Axe being like just as strong as like a fallback option, I do not see people playing. I do not see people playing Guardians for a long time. You like Ronnie Oh, I fully agree, Bellwitch. But for me, up until the last couple of weeks, Ronnie was my player of the season. I think he has been class. He has been like the Leviathans went a step up from what Sanguine did last season, and they finished top last season. Sanguine, don't forget. But I think they've been playing at a higher level, and a lot of that comes through Wrong. I think he's the best sport in the league at the moment. Yeah, it has matured him. I think getting kicked off a team is one of those things where it's a nasty thing to have happen to you, but it's a bit of a kind of kick in the teeth. Like, okay, right, I've got to stop fucking around. And I'd like to think that he matured a bit, because he is a class player. He makes such a difference coming out of solo, I think. Veronic stepping up, inbound stepping up. Been impressed, man. As much as you love the bug. What's the music level like, bud? Can you even hear it? Is it too loud, too quiet? I just want a bit, a bit of chill. A bit of chill in the stream. But the artist is called Chill. Chill. You reckon they're going to 180? Ah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, so dragons do have a habit of doing that. When it starts to matter again, they're like, oh, wait a minute. We should probably stop fucking around and just win stuff. So let's move on to that side of the bracket now, actually. Yeah, Skriz, that is so accurate. It's like that game where you're playing solo and you're 6-0 and you're like, this game is over, and then you look at the score and you realize your team, the whole game score is like 6-15, and your mid's 0-9, and you're like, what the fuck? That's like exactly right. That's so spot on. But it's time to move on to this side of the bracket. Dragons, Titans. Titans looking better each week. Do they have it in to take the? Wait, who did I answer to? Oh, who did I answer? I said Bolt's making it here. I said I think I copped out of this one a bit. My brain says Leviathans. My heart says Scarabs are going to cheese it somehow. Like 99 times out, if I was a betting man, like putting money on it, I'd go pretty much all in on Leviathan, right? But because I'm not one of these people that believes much in these things where it's like this team has choked previously, so they're going to choke again. Like I still think you should take games on face value, right? I don't believe in stuff like, oh, you know, they like to step it up for LAN, or you know, they like to, you know, the mentality changes. Because I think at the end of the day, the better team will win, right? But at the same time, Scarabs have proven a really difficult team to beat, and Leviathan seems to be getting in their own head at the moment. Damn, Vamper, you are flying that Bolts flag. That is true, they did do. I think Bolts have really good matchups all weekend here. I think if Leviathans make it through, I think they've got a really good matchup into them. I think they are the first ones to really work out how best to take on the Leviathans, which is, to me, ban out Wrong You. 3 picks: Sobek, Emir, Yamoja. Ban 2, pick 1. Jake can play all of them. In fact, Jake's very good at all 3 of them. So they let them just take whichever one they want. They first pick one of them. And, like, Wrong You looks good in Athena, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, like, I don't think he was the same game winner. Yeah, Bino, this is the worst. Oh no, late, don't you start donating money on that. You're already throwing too much money at me as is. Yeah, fine. This has been Fine's worst season since the beginning of season 6. This has been his worst split, sorry. Because he has been arguably the most consistent player in the entire league, I would say, over the last 2 years. Because, like, can you remember that bad Fine OK game? Like, I can't. But this split I can, which is crazy to me. So, it seems like he's had a lot of personal stuff going on. A lot of ill. He seems to be ill all the time by his Twitter. So maybe that's got something to do with it. I don't know. But for my thoughts on this game, don't get me wrong. Titans are looking. Oh fuck! What have I just done? I've got it on full screen, so I can't even go back. I think Titans are looking better and better. They're starting to work out how they want to play. Scary D is playing these super aggressive, initiating based gods. Benji is Benji, so he's a nutcase. Aurora is looking more comfortable by each week, and Paul is playing Janus all of a sudden. Didn't play him for the whole of season 7, but is now like the best Janus in the league. But at the same time, I think this is going to be a Jade clinic this game. I think we're going to see Jade, you know, do Jade things. You know those games when they suddenly just decide, you know, we're going to be the best team in the league. Because I think I've said it so many times, I think shutting down Sam is the key to beating the Dragons. And I don't think the Titans have the setup to do that. I don't think Scary D is that kind of player, you know? He'll play for the team fights, but the game might already be over by then, basically. Paul can be, yeah, exactly. Just tell Paul it's a world championship and suddenly he'll be like, oh shit, okay, let's carry. Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier because, I know, spoiler for one of the videos I recorded, but I basically drafted my all-time Smite dream team, like from all the seasons, my top 5 player dream team. And I was talking about Paul, and the more I think about it, I think mechanically Paul might be the best player in the world, best player ever in terms of just pressing his buttons. Like, who else is in that running, right? People say Baskin, and I agree with that. Definitely, he is like right up there. But my man Paul could sit like this, with his knees up to his chest, with his hands like this, and one man carry entire teams. I think he actually might be the best mechanical player I've ever seen. Cyclone Spin is another one. I know you weren't actually saying that, but seeing his name did make me think of it. But that's a very specific that is a very specific prediction, Nathan. So if that's right, then you get a fucking gold star. That's just Epsilon. I mean, they did They did end up taking a bit of a chunk of the team, but I'm not going to tell you who's in it. Not going to tell you who's in it. We'll find out in a few weeks. Or maybe fairly soon. That video is long. I fucking ramble for England. I ramble. So I wanted to mention all the people I thought about as well. And so even the more obscure ones. Anyway, spoilers. Wondering if it is ones. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I'll keep an eye out for it now. I hadn't noticed that, but I'll keep an eye out for it. That's an interesting thought. So I've got Dragons taking this, and I think Dragons are going to turn on the Jets a bit. Now I feel, assuming that it's going to be only Dragons, even only Titans, I haven't seen either of the games this weekend where Oni's won. I haven't had time to watch them. I've been so fucking busy. So I feel so, what's the word? Unqualified to have an opinion on Oni because I haven't seen them suddenly just turn on the Jets. Third word. Oh yeah, big time. There's a reason why Adapting still has the most kills in the league, despite the fact he didn't play in Season 1. Well, he did, but he was on a shit team. He's not played Season 8, and he's still like a few hundred kills ahead of anyone else. Rafa's got the most assists of all time. But they weren't my whole team. I will say that much. There was many another player involved. Who can say? I also did the other video I recorded today was also about NRG. And can their legacy ever be surpassed? Because that was a question someone asked on Reddit, and it was a very good question. Yeah, Cop. So I saw the game I saw. I thought it was a game that they won.
Like rock.
Whoa, and Scott, what's up, my man? Thank you so much. Yeah, fucking get those feels goods in the chat. Does that emote look any good? Because I can change it, I think. Does that even look good? I can't even see it. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Adapting's KD was disgusting. Like, they finished something like 27-1 that split. And the game that they lost was because they were role swapping. It's perfect. I love to hear that. Look at you with your little founders badge. You guys are fucking VIPs. Yeah, they role swapped, and that was the game that they lost. And they also trolled a game with Thanatos. I remember it really clearly, but it was like they just did not lose any games, and Adapting was getting like 10+ kills per game. It was just the Adapting show, man. Adapting was so good that people didn't realize that Yaman was also the best mid in the world for like 2 years. That's how good he was. I love seeing that spam. That's so good. So Cop, what I was saying a second ago, the one only game I did watch was them against Kings, which I did think they won, but it turned out they didn't. But even then, Nika was just popping off. We've not seen it from Nika yet this season, because he is too good to not be popping off. But he was a beast that weekend. I hadn't even seen half the game, and I know he was a beast. But I really feel like him and Fred are starting to coordinate again. I feel like they were really on the different page. Both of them trying to like dive the backline, but they both just seemed really awkward and off. But I feel like they're really starting to get the hang of what each other wants to do now, which is really dangerous for the rest of the league. Absolute unit. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, you don't remember Vote ever popping off? No, Vote has popped off many a time in a tournament. I think Vote is such an underrated player. He quietly does his business when he pops off. That makes it sound like he's like shitting. He does his business in terms of killing people. Wait, one second, I need to have a big slurp. I'm going to mute my mic so you don't hear me going. Unless you want to hear that. Cheeky. Oh, sweet hydration. Oh. Reborn. Do you want to hear something sad? I've stopped drinking tea recently, which I used to have like 5 or 6 cups of tea a day, and now I'm having like 1 because I realized that my stomach was crying, and I'm cutting out all these different foods, and it wasn't making a difference. And I was like, maybe it's something to do with having like 6 big cups of tea a day. Yeah, exactly, Van. But if Neil goes and wins this, man, then it's gonna make me realize that, you know, I am just an NPC in his world. You know how people think like everyone thinks they're the main character? and like maybe other people are just fucking NPCs. It makes me realize that I'm the NPC. This is just Neil Mars' world and we're living in it. Like, if he wins this, then he is actively trolling the rest of his games and just saying, you know what, I'm going to throw them on purpose just to make a run at Worlds, man. He is the main character. Yeah. Do you know, I think a big part of what the Only Warriors have done different as well is Dardez is suddenly looking like Dardez again. Like, he went from being arguably the best mid in the league maybe one of the best mids in the world last season, to having a very average beginning of the season. He did not look like himself. But then he suddenly just came back and was like, I'm really sick again. I'm going to snipe people through portals. Oh, fuck, Bellwitch, you've just reminded me that in my, you know, I just said I did that video of all-time dream teams. I forgot to mention Neil. Oh, okay, I need to do a redo. Neil is insane, man. Neil is the definition of a big game player. He really is. At the World Tournaments that they won, people do not appreciate just how well he played. Actually, in terms of shot calling, Paul said that Zap did a lot. I know you don't like Zap, but Paul said that Zap did a lot of their shot calling. I feel like Zap's gone from being the, like, you know, back in season 0, season 1, where he was like Alpha Chad Slayer. He's now like the quarterback old man on the porch, you know. Winning back-to-back, yeah, that is insane. Ooh, what do I think bans are for each team? It's a good question, Late. Leviathans, I've said about before how you ban out Wrong You. Scarabs? What do you guys think for Scarabs? My thinking is maybe ban out Baronic, you know? He looks really good on Tiamat, but, you know, it's not the most ridiculous idea in the world to ban out, you know, Tiamat. He's looked good on Merlin and Raijin as well, and it makes me wonder whether you want to ban those gods, because they're not like, they aren't gods you want to be banning necessarily. I don't know who you ban out for the Scarabs, really. Maybe Heim? Because Zap looks like a different player on Heim, in my opinion. Ymir and Heim. Vampire, I would say that he's a very different person to what he used to be. He has matured a lot. I'm not trying to, like, sell you, like, oh, you know, you've got to go check him out, but, like, just in the sake of fairness. Bobby's Herc, maybe? Okay, fair enough. I didn't see a lot of the Scarab games this weekend when apparently they looked their best. So, yeah, exactly. I agree. So I'm listening to you, dear chat, as to what you would ban against the Scarabs. Yeah, it's interesting. I can't think of specific. I would ban Yamoja against them. That's for sure. I feel like Bobby. Yeah, I mean Tiamat is just kind of like, you know, like what? Yeah. Tiamat's entire kit, Tiamat's ultimate ability in one of her stances is more complex than Ra's entire kit. Yeah, exactly. Yark the Shark, man. Yark is... Do you know what I love about Yakor? Is how confident he is. I love... You know what? I'm sick of people being like, oh, you know, pros have to be humble. I want more people like Yakor to just be like, oh, you know, ADC's easy because I'm sick at the game. Like, you know, I can play any role because I'm a fucking beast. I want more of that because I love that confidence, man. He is... Yeah. You know what? Honestly, I know it's a bit early on in the season, but I still think it's one of the best role swaps I've ever seen. You can get Janice. Yeah, I guess Baronic's got a few good different picks. Tiamat wins a lot of games straight up. Really? You ban Zhong? If I'm against the bots, I'm like, fucking pick Zhong. I'd love you to have Zhong. I'd love to see Venom and Zhong. But admittedly, I haven't seen this week's games and maybe popped off on them. Yeah, those are sound. I was thinking Layers looks really strong as Suki. That's one that popped into my head. Yeah, I guess Janice doesn't have the intangible stuff that that fucking Tiamat does, because he's not the most broken god of all time. Yeah, I think Tiamat servers need to be looked at. I think she's actually not as busted as people think she is outside of those scorpions, man. Those fucking little bug things. Although my favorite thing about them is the fact that Neil Mar thought they were like rats or something, which they need to make a skin where they are just rats. They are little like mice looking things like yeah, I can see why they were like a good idea, an interesting idea, but they need a lifespan, I think. If you just give them a lifespan so they can't march up indefinitely and you can't just, you know, drop a portal in base as you're you know, as you're leaving out of backing, and then have your ultimate back up at the time you get to the fight. That's the problem. You can just dump them down in the back of your lane, and they will get value eventually. And you'll have 2 or 3 of them out, you know, just doing their thing. But if they had a lifetime, so it's like, it's instead like, right, kind of a bit more like Noir clay minions. But then even saying that, I think if they have a lifetime, they kind of lose all their purpose, and they'll pretty much never be used. So it makes you wonder whether it's worth just, you know, reworking the whole things again. But they do a good little model. You're right. They do a little like, ooh, ooh, ooh. They make some weird fucking noises. That's like, rah, rah. Yeah, exactly. And it's funny you say that about the Kings, because that's exactly how um yeah. Oh, sorry. Which ones are I replying to? I've lost the message. Oh yeah, Kings could never take a 5v5 because they'd lose the structure, and that's exactly how they beat. Was it the Titans? Yeah, the Titans. They beat the Titans because they didn't back, and it just the little gremlins went and you know, killed their fucking Titan for me, and they did like 4,000 damage. Okay, good. Leia's Rat SOT Thor. Ooh. Athena Thor Duncan. Yeah, maybe. I'm on with, yeah, exactly, Bellwitch. You know, I think she's okay to lose an ability. You could take away 2 or 3 of her abilities and she would still be fine. Ares when you know all the things we realized about. Yeah. I think a lot of her kit is fine, but there's just so much of it. Like the word bloat is just like, she defines these bloated gods where it's like, hey, do you know that thing that Tiamat can't do? No, me neither. Like, I thought we were going to see Tiamat solo. I'm surprised we haven't seen a single Tiamat solo. I thought we'd see at least one, because she can actually pop off in solo, man, with a bit of. But I guess the problem with having her a bit tankier is that her mage stance is a bit useless, because she doesn't do as much damage. But I think it's still worth looking at. Yeah, I think it is a real shame that the Kings aren't here. Vonnie, what's up, my man? Yeah, so I've got. Oh yeah, who are we banning? Who are you banning on bolts? I don't even know. Circuit? Get Lazarus Circuit? It does. It starts tomorrow at 1 PM EST, I want to say. Yeah, singular limb, best of 5s. Oh, Rody, what's up? Thanks so much, my man. You get to slam those fucking emotes. Yes. Ban out Jake. That's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, it all starts tomorrow. I think it's just this one weekend, isn't it? Like, best of 5s. It's going to be long fucking days, because I can see a lot of these sets going to dis. Oh shit, they're best of 5s. I said Scabs were going to win in 3. No, shit. I've only got like fucking 4 viewers, and they're all subbed. You guys are just like fucking lovely. I love seeing that. That looks so shit, and I love it. Titans victory. Do you reckon Titans going all the way? I mean, if Titans beat the Dragons, I think they've got a better chance against. Do you know what? Weirdly, I think Titans actually have a better matchup into the Bolts than the Dragons do. Because like I think the Dragons and the Bolts are like I think the Bolts really have their number. Because Lasper just fucking sits on top of Sam all fight long, and then Ven is just dragon. How do you see Oni's doing this week? So I still haven't seen this week's game, so I feel really out of the loop on them being good. How far do you reckon they're gonna go? Well, I mean, they're obviously in the semis already, but Titans look rough. Yeah, they do go scrappy. I can't. Yeah, that's, you know what, I said the exact same. I said I can see. My head says, of course, the Vikings going to win because they're like a fucking top team. But just the Scarabs are just like, they just refuse to lose, man. They're just so difficult to beat. They do not know when they're beaten. SEC today, maybe. I haven't actually looked. It's very plausible it's today. In fact, I shall check right now on my phone. Oh, I don't think Smite's even broadcasting at the moment, so. Yeah, I don't think Lazarus had his best season, but at the same time, I think that the rest of the team have. The rest of the team have looked their best by a mile. Like, Benenu is unrecognizable from last year. And Jake just keeps doing Jake stuff, and Haddix is just beast. I think it's been a bit of the Nika show. Yeah, the Nika carry project. Yeah, exactly. But to be fair, I think he was really underperforming. And I was saying a minute ago, I think that Dardez is finally back to being Dardez again. I just want to see him whip out the Hera again, man. Bring the Hera back. And I don't know why he stopped playing her all of a sudden. He was so good on Hera. But yeah, man, if Onis win, if Neil fucking wins again, man, Neil wins again, then he is just, the league is his puppet, and he's got us all fucking dancing. Because like, he has to be intentionally throwing the whole season just to turn up at the end, surely. No, I know. Twig just continues his trend of falling just a little bit short. Yeah, agreed, Bellwitch. He's looked so much better, and I think that's been a massive part of why. Oni said we draft it, so I didn't draft each game. Who are you banning against Onis? Are you banning the Fenrir? Are you banning the Neil Fenrir? Because I think that's what he looked best of from what I saw. But Neil Sobek is also fucking terrifying. That's how he basically destroyed Space Station at Worlds with that Sobek. You want to see an E-set? I want to see the Sino E-set jungle make an appearance. Yeah, Twig's streams are really interesting because he watches it from the client that the pros play on, so he gets to like spectate first person, which is pretty sick to watch. Men will be highly contested. What's men? But that's the thing with Neil. You think their main weakness is missing a pluck, but Neil, if he misses, he's just baiting. He still manages to get out every time with like 1 HP, and they use all their ults on him, and then they lose the fight because they've not got any ults. That's just the Neil. That's the Neil. That's what he brings, you know. That's Neil's impact. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, Mike fucking loves his Fen. Has he played Fenrir Sport this split? I feel like he's been sticking more to more sort of traditional picks. A lot of like Cerberus, a lot of Ares and stuff. The thing is with targeting Nika is that there's a ton of really good solos, I think. Like, people are barely playing Guan anymore. I think you banned Suku and Mori for Yeah. Yeah, Fred... You are talking about Onis, right? Because I know Fred Suki is nuts. He built animosity? Yes. That's my boy. Oh, actually, I do remember that. I remember that, actually. Yeah. Yeah, Gilgamesh as well. I think Gilgamesh is going to become really contested, you know. I think we're going to see a lot of Gilgamesh all of a sudden. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Although you've got Herc making a bit of a comeback, and he's not really the Bluestone abusing type. He's just the kind of, you know... he's just the abusing type. He abuses fucking everything. Yeah, that is very true. To be fair though, I do kind of feel like when you're a new team getting together, you kind of want to, there's that kind of bias towards picking comfort, because it's like, hey, our team isn't doing well, let's just pick stuff that we know we're good at, right? But you are right. Like you were saying before, when you got the fucking Athena taunt into Janus, it's like, all brilliant. Hit for 200 damage off a taunt. Woohoo! Herc's coming back because he's the GOAT, man. Not GOAT man, but... Whoa. Edgy. Yeah, Haddix is playing Herc solo. I wonder if he's going to start being flexed quite a lot, because I feel like he's one of those gods where everyone's got a Herc in the locker, right? Maybe not everyone, but most people do. I know Benji does. I know... think about the solos. SOT's played him. Haddix is playing him. Nika can play him. I imagine Julio can, but on ping you probably don't want to. It doesn't really strike me as a Fino god, but maybe. Oh, Julio has played it. Paul, yeah. So I think he's going to start getting flexed a lot, because think about it, with like Scarabs, for example, both SOT and Inbound will happily play it. I feel like we're going to see a lot of Gilgamesh slipping through the cracks of the picks and bans, and then I think he's going to make quite a big difference. Very possible. I mean, this is the thing, is that he's just a pocket pick that everyone has. It's like when Tyr started getting good again. Everyone plays Tyr because he's... Yeah, exactly. And he's one of those gods where when the good supports are play, like when you're playing him well as a support, he's so oppressive. Like there's a reason why Aurora got him banned for like a whole year straight. Yes, I did see that. I did see that. They killed each other, right? Yeah, where do you guys see Gilgamesh ending up? I think he's looked best when people like Twig are playing him, sort of initiating the of, you know, general team fight shenanigans sort of god, but it's all fun. It's been second base fix. Ares has had a good split so far, man, for sure. Yeah, Cherio. It must be nice being a new jungler and having fucking Cherio as your coach. Like, that's pretty blessed. Really good into Gilgamesh, Arthur. Yeah, that's true. That's a lot of good picks. So if you're thinking kind of in terms of like ripples, you wonder if something like Artio is going to make an appearance. But I just don't think Artio... I don't see Artio being nearly as strong as something like an Ares. I just don't think Artio's enough pressure anyway. Skriz, yeah. I'm pretty sure all executes go through Epriot. The only one is Kumba passive that doesn't get executed, I think. Looks best in jungle, solo. Really? You're a fan of this? In my head, it doesn't make sense to me that he should be a good support. Like, I look at that kit and I don't say, oh, that's a support kit, but he has done well in it. Yeah, I don't like Artio, frankly. I just don't think Artio is doing enough at the moment. I'll scroll. Yeah, exactly. You just in the middle of a team fight, you just dive into the back and ult, and it makes it so hard for any backliners to do their job. And so I think if I'm playing against someone like the Kings, or I know they're not actually in this, but if you're playing against a team where they really rely on their backline to carry them, maybe against someone like the Leviathans trying to shut down Shinto, you just take something like Gilgamesh and just jump on top of them, just ult, and they have to run. And it really leaves their front line exposed, I think. Artio's a jungler. I'm not going to try and change your mind here, but you should probably change your mind. Yeah. Do you guys remember that time when King Arthur and Cuckoo weren't meta? Yeah, no, me neither. Do you remember when Glad Shield got reworked and everyone was like, oh, King Arthur's dead. What's he gonna do? Oh, he's gonna continue being first picked for the next 2 years. Oh, okay. I can't believe people complained about Glad Shield being reworked. That item was absolute. It was a disease. Yeah, King Arthur Cuckoo. Yeah. And all the abilities cost like 0 mana as well. Do a shitload of damage. I feel like I've had this theory where this season no ability has stolen more fire giants than Arthur's one in blue stance. And like it does like 200 damage, but I swear it always does it. I have no idea what. You actually miss Glad Shield? Oh, chat, take that sub away. And I mean, it was kind of fun, right? It was fun to play with, but the problem was it just shaped the entire solo lane meta the whole rest of the season. It was when you'd see people playing against like Yorm or something in solo and still build Glad Shield because it was still just that good. Did Arthur get buffs after Glad Shield was nerfed? I feel like he did get a couple of buffs, didn't he? You can't play Cuckoo for the life of you. Blink. I'll change the stance. Just if your finger is off the W key, it does something wrong. You just need to, right, my guide to playing Arthur, right? You just pick up your keyboard, find you 1, 2, and 3 or 4 key. Just fucking roll that face on it over and over. Vaguely wiggle your mouse sometimes. Just in. Yeah, literally. You know what? Actually, I'm kind of the same, to be fair. I take the piss, but I in pretty badly on Arthur. I think because I see other people like destroying with him, and so I'm like, oh, I must be invincible. But people actually play fairly kind of conservatively, you know. They build like tank boots, Gaia, all this stuff, and I build like warriors into like Blackthorn. Just fucking die. There might be something to do with the fact that I'm just shit and nothing to do with the goddery. Yeah, I would agree with that. I'd definitely agree with that. Because like there is such a big difference between good Arthurs and like great Arthurs. I think Cuckoo is kind of this. Actually, no, I don't agree. Cuckoo's just fine. You can always play Cuckoo. I feel like Hercules is the biggest example of that. It's not that he has a low skill floor, because I think he actually has a fairly high skill floor, but like Hercules and Thor to me are the ones where like you can tell when someone's good. There's like decent Thor players. I feel like pretty much every jungler has Thor rank 10, you know. They all know how to play him. Then you have some people where it's like, oh, okay, this is a Thor, like adapting like Gars back in the day. Gars fucking destroyed with him. Andy as well, like yeah, variety on King Arthur. Maybe that's why Variety's having such a good season, man. Also, how good is that to see? I'm loving how good Variety's been this season. Homie, yeah, people forget how good Homie FA was. Homie FA was a beast. He had a good Thor. But like, I feel like over the years, the very best junglers had a really good Thor. And I'd love to include Sam in that. But his Thor has been... It has been shaky. Like, and I love Thor. I want to see Thor do well. But even I've come to accept that Thor is kind of shit. Yeah, he was the first one that picked Camazotz, and everyone was like, what? Why would you pick this shit god? And then, you know, everyone realized, oh shit, Camazotz actually... I think of Mercury this season. I feel like Mercury's his go-to. Mercury and Thanatos. You watch his streams, and when he plays Thanatos, he's just untouchable. And I feel like he's going to start falling back on it more and more as a comfort pick. Yeah, that's so accurate. Shit ults, great walls. He just goes up and instantly fucking drops his ult. He doesn't like stop and think about it. He's one of those that likes to flick it almost. But just don't know. I don't know if that's the right play. Actually, do you know who I really think of at oh, a bot. I'm excited. Who... Oh shit, I nearly just added him as a friend. How do I fucking block him? Oh, what have I done? Oh, what have I done? Fuck me sideways. I'm such a boomer. Anyway, I'll do that later. When I think of Sam, I've started to think of fucking Mulan. It's like, stop picking Mulan. That is the worst god in the game. Big follows. Not just any old follows. Big follows. We're not talking about... Fuck me, I've just copied chat into the... Oh my... He just modded him. Ban. There we go. Only took like 15 minutes. Sorry. It's such a... I need to get some mods at some point. Yeah, Mulan is just doo-doo, man. I do not want to see anyone play Mulan. She becomes good like 15 minutes into a game and her abilities evolve. But by that time, the game's already lost because you're playing Mulan. He picks it... I watch his streams. Like, I love Sam's like one stream a month. He's actually fucking funny to watch. I'm not gonna lie. His streams are great because he's just like the most laid-back individual in the world. And... he picks Mulan a lot there, and every time I watch it, I'm just like, why? It's like you got Cristiano Ronaldo on your team and you're playing him in goal. Like, stop picking. Yeah, back in the vault, man. Like, I just do not see why there is ever a scenario where Mulan is the best pick. Like, even in a situation where she might be a good pick, I just do not believe that there is not a better. It's like with Chak, where it's like, Chak might be getting better, but like, at no point is he ever the best pick, surely. No? You think you bleached that from your brain? I wish I could bleach it from my... Wrong you Mulan? Wait, did he play that this season? I need to find that. Yeah, and when you miss it with that ult, and you go skirting through, hitting nobody, and just walk away, it's so depressing. God, why do I not remember him playing that a lot? I don't remember him playing that at all last season. Again, maybe I've gone for the cop approach and just bleached it from my brain. Oh, fair enough. How's what makes her so good again into those picks? Yeah, actually, as I was saying about Chak, I was thinking back to that SEC game I was watching where he picked Chak jungle and actually bragged with it. Sino just picks where the fuck he wants, you know. I honestly think he's best full damage in the jungle, man. Don't put him as like another damagey solo laner that gets like tank boots and Gaia. Do not. The 3 is a bit of a joke ability. Why does she move towards them as well? Because there's such a long pre-fire on it. And even if you do hit it, you only pull them back like, you know, 3 inches. Meanwhile, Sobek dashes halfway down the lane, goes CC immune and launches them behind him. And she's like kind of just like the pathetic little grab. And she walks towards them as well. So they only move like, you know, a foot. She can 3 that. Oh, so wait, is she not crippled? Does the 3 not get crippled? That's interesting. Didn't know that. Yeah, if you escape, you use your as your. Oh, you can cancel it, can't you? Now I swear they changed that, haven't they? Yeah, you can cancel it early. Good. Because in that scenario, she basically was just fucking useless. Her kit is just awkward. It is just awkward. Which is funny because that's something that they've gotten really good at not doing with more recent releases. Like, I've not played Morgan since she's been out, but I know that people say she's just really fluid and fun to play. And I feel like that's a really big focus on their new guys. Like Tiamat, for example, first game I played, I felt like I played it for ages. She's really fluid, really natural to play, whereas I felt like Mulan was just not. Get over. Yeah, exactly. That would be risky if they make. It would be a classic high-res move to have a tournament where they suddenly just introduce an entirely new god. I think it would be smart for them to not allow it because I feel like they used to do this at every world championship. They'd release a god just before it comes out. That god would be busted and it would define that world championship. Like Ao Kwong in season 1 and then like Khepri in season 2. Who was it in season 3? Nike in season 3. Like this just kept happening where you would like they wouldn't really appreciate how busted a god was beforehand. Oh, Xingqiang Bologna was. Crit Gun Purse arriving. Okay. If you're right, if you call the Mulan meta, then you're a wizard for. The Nike release world was just, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. She was an absolute bot of a god. Like she just provided nothing in team fights, but she was like impossible to kill, and the passive was just like the most busted thing ever in Smite. And NA teams just could not accept how good it was. They just refused to accept how broken it was, and Twig just kept first picking it every time, and they just didn't lose. And then NRG gets to the final, and they ban it, and Obey start losing. And it was actually a real like shitter into that Eager comp back then because they would have gods like Anubis and stuff like that, but Anubis into Nike, like Nike just literally shields off all the damage and just like shits on him. Yeah. There was a lot of and they played a lot of like Ulla at that time. A lot of like they basically just played physical hunters. Yeah. And they played a lot of power in the support, whereas you had like Divios playing Guardians in solo the whole time instead. Sunder into Nike. Sunder is such a weird item at the moment. Rank 1 Sunder, if you're not against a shield, is literally the worst item in the game. Even though it's free, it's the worst item in the game. And then upgraded Sunder is kind of insane. It's like a free Nem ult. Oh yeah, Old Terra ult was fucking insane. Like, it was just the fact that you could pick her in solo so she could just sit in solo while everyone was AFK farming and just win fights in duo lane or in mid. It makes so much more sense how it is now. It just seems way more like... Release Ravana. I quite liked that ability. Wasn't it like... You like jump to someone, you like link to them and... I don't remember. Oh, I forgot it was CDR as well, wasn't it? Oh yeah, he was terrible. Yeah, he was an awful guy. God, you're right. I forgot about the fucking CDR as well. That is scary. That is like legit terrifying. The old smite balance, like it's not amazing now, but it has gotten so much better. Like it's not even close to how much better it is. They have so many. I think the worst period of smite balance is when they were pumping out gods every month rather than the sort of like 1 or 3 month thing now, where you'd end up with gods like Erlang and Jing, where they just got basically shit out in a month and they were just bloated as hell. Like, do you remember release Erlang? His 1 had like Fatalis built into it. What the fuck is that about? His 2 was a root cripple on like an 8-second cooldown at range. Like, what? Who thinks that's a good idea? Jing getting the massive flying back from base, Fatalis on her 3. It was like fucking just throw Fatalis on everything. Like at the haste for like 4 or 5 seconds as well. Sol taking T2 tower at 2 minutes. Yeah, get like a purple pot start on Sol and take the tower within like the second wave. Yeah, first big solo entire split. Divios just terror slammed over and over. And as busted as it was, it did kind of start to throw for them a bit when Variety would just play tier and just, you know, shit on them. Like, you know, you can have a big ult, but then there's also a big fucking tear in your face, like destroying your Anubis. Wait, Chiron 1 crippled? I did not know that. Did it really? Chiron does have a bit of a weird kit, to be honest. I love his ult. His ult is jokes, and the dash makes some sense, but his 1 is a strange ability. It's like, I don't know, it doesn't strike me as a hunter ability, you know? And he's just got an auto-aim ability on his 2. It makes Sylvanas great. Man, if you buy mannequins, Sylvanas is great. Heal minions, knock back minions, bring it all back, man, because I wonder what it would take to get Sylvanas back in the league. I can't see it happening at all, because if he just goes anywhere in the jungle, he just gets destroyed by, like, Twig playing Nujat and just do him. I just realised I was supposed to be doing predictions. I've just been talking about random shit this whole time. Actually, before I go back to predictions, right? I feel like at the moment there are a ton of starter items that are really fucking busted, but people just aren't building because, like, Bluestone, for example, is so good. Like, Hero's Axe is insane. I remember seeing, and I actually stopped on Reddit for the first time. I was like, what the fuck? This is actually just like 3 Geb shields. Yeah, Sylvanas strong with mannequins. That was actually really good to watch. He did pretty well with it as well. He got like a few pretty chunky kills. The mannequins upgrade as well, I'm telling you, is going to be the next, like, busted thing. There's a sigil one that I think is good. Yeah, sigil upgrade and actual upgrade, yeah. But yeah, that's the problem, is that Bluestone is just better, right? But when Bluestone gets nerfed, which I think it will, I think we're going to start seeing people experiment with that. But honestly, the mannequins upgrade, where it's like the hidden blade one, the damage on that is insane. On like a Morrigan or something, where you just like go in and like ult someone, not ult someone, you just go in and like one-shot someone. I remember when on one of my streams we were kind of talking about it and working out which gods would be best, and there are a ton of gods that really What's it called? I don't remember what it's called. It's like Mannequin Scepter Upgrade. Not the mace. Wait, where's the other one? Why has it just got... Oh, Hidden Blade. Here we go. 90 magical power or 60 physical power. You get fizz prots off it, but it's... If you've not taken or dealt damage in the last 5 seconds, if you hit a god, they take 20% of their current health and are slowed by 20% for 5 seconds. That's basically like a Nemesis ult, right? 20% of their current health. That's a fifth of... So let's say you're like a Morrigan with your 2 or something like that. You've not taken or dealt damage in the last 5 seconds. You just spot someone walking past. You just chunk them for a fifth of their health and they're slowed by 20% for 5 seconds. Like, what the fuck? Isn't that is insane? Yeah, exactly. Poly power build with like that. To say tier 2 Rangers star. What does tier 2 Rangers even give you? His mask. Fighter's mask. Here we go. 40 physical power. Are you joking? 500 gold, 40 physical power. That's nuts. That's so good. What? And the wait, rank 1 gives you 100 health and 100 mana, and you get 40 power. So, oh no, wait, sorry, it's not 500 gold, it's 1200 gold. So you buy tier 1. I am actually smooth brained. But 1200 for 40 physical power still has to be the best, like, cost return, surely, right? Yeah, Hidden Blade is nuts. So you can get tier 2 of that and Chalice. Jesus Christ, that is busted. So it's like, yeah, you might have Bluestone, but I'm already one shot in the crease level 1, so. See, I feel like there are a ton of items like this that are just waiting to be picked, but everyone is just so, like, locked in on Bluestone at the moment. I want to try to see the, Oh, here we go. Let's just start this way. Let me get this up on the screen. So, that, bam. Oh my god, there's so many fucking items. So, oh my god, this is so fucking hard to read. Turn the timeline. Which other ones are secretly busted? Tainted breastplate. Tainted items are really strong just by themselves. Enemy gods that hit you have their healing reduced by 50% for 8 seconds while giving you 40 power, 70 magical prots. And that one as well, where you get 100% of the healing. I feel like someone's going to build Tainted Amulet Herc or something like that. Or some other... Or Tainted Amulet Cuckoo into a healing comp and just like... How insane would that be, right? Because Cuckoo hits everyone all the time. Sacrificial Shroud, yeah. I'm excited to see... I'm excited to see people actually start to, like, try that out. Here we go. 15% more damage. Have you seen people do it with Thoth, where if you start to channel your ult with that, it takes 5% of your health every time? So the real Chads just spam Thoth, like, charge ult. Put themselves... Oh! That's the play, right? You build Bancrofts. You spam that. You spam, like, the glyph and your ult until you're like 2% health. Max Bancroft passage. Max Bancroft, and then you just heal it all back up. That is busted. Sigil of the Old Guard. Like, I've never even heard of this item. What is it? When you get hit, you get a stack of Rebuke. 12% damage mitigation for 5 seconds with 200 health, 75 magic procs. Pretty good. Where's the other one of these? There's another sigil upgrade, isn't there? Here we go. Infused sigil. When you hit by ability, in stack. 500 magical damage. Like, surely, let's imagine a Cuckoo blinks into a team, ults. They kind of hit him with some random abilities. Surely 4 abilities are going to hit him, and he just does 500 damage to all of them, right? Oh, that's classic. You know what, I feel, actually, talking about Johnny, I feel they need to plug his old... He's got loads of montages on YouTube from back in the day, and there's nuts. He's so good, man. Such a good... I realize I'm saying nuts a lot. Natch. Spartan Flag, this item is actually really good as well. And War Flag isn't that bad of a starter, but the problem is that it's just nowhere near as good as, like... It's not even as good as Watchers. Oh, wait, what's it called? Sentinels. It's not even as good as... What's the tier 1 of that called? Sentinel's Gift? Yeah. It's not even as good as that, and no one's buying that either, that everyone's buying Benevolence, so that's rough. But Spartan Flag is good. 10% increased power to everyone, and the radius is massive. If you've ever seen it, it's huge. What about the Seeker? Which one's the Seeker? Oh, Seer of the Jungle. Seer of the Jungle. Yeah, I haven't actually read this one. 30% increased damage. The thing is, Twig then builds like third item Pridwin and everything, so, you know. Yeah, agreed. It's just, this is the problem with all of it. I'm saying they're all really strong, but it's like, you know, as strong as like these sigil things are. I'm saying, wow, that's insane, that's really strong, right? But then you could also just build Bluestone, and that's pretty guaranteed to get you like a shitload of value over the course of a game. Like, this might have a big payoff, and it might go really well, but it might also do kind of nothing, so. What is this cowl? I've never seen what this cowl actually does. Wait, so you get a power boost? What is the point of this item? So it's effectively a support item, right? Because it gives you health. I don't know what... Who is this item for? You get power bonuses, which is good, but for every enemy within 55 units, the stack is removed. So it gives you a power boost as long as you aren't near any enemies. It's like, so what the fuck is the point? Like, what, you can kill... You can kill Fire Giant by yourselves quicker? Like... Yeah. Honestly, stat blow on the tier 2 starters are insane. Their stats are so blown up. Even something like Death's Temper? Death's Embrace. 65 magical power. Deathbringer has 50 magical power and costs nearly like 3k gold. This costs like 1600. Well, 2250 in total. 60 power with 65 power and 200 health. And it's also got a insane... Yeah, if you're not buying a tier 2 item, a tier 2 starter, I think that was kind of the idea, right? They wanted them to be strong items because you hit level 20 to get them first, but it basically means that you just have to be buying a tier 2 starter at some point in the game, because otherwise you're just throwing. Right, let me mute my mic. What other ones? What does Protector of the Jungle do? While in the jungle, you gain 12% power and 12% protection. The thing is that I feel like by the time that you hit 20, actually, that's pretty good. 55 magical power, 25 attack speed. You know, that's better than I thought it was, actually. Leading a team to an ambush? Yeah, I guess that item works really well when you're, like, picking someone by themselves. But by that point, you might as well just, you know, you can just kill them anyway. Archmages. What does Archmage do? 120 magical power. Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like the builds that mid laners are building at the moment, they aren't building these really high power builds like the old school Rodder Tahuti builds, you know, where you'd see people build like as much power as possible so they could get a bit of like multiplying. See you later, Vonnie. Thanks for hanging out, my mate. I feel like back in the day, people would build like, you know, Book of Thoth, Power Boots, Obshard, Rod, stack as much power as possible. And in that sort of method, that would be a really strong item. But nowadays, they're building stuff like Soul Gem, which is, you know, it's got some power, but it's not like max power. And there's a few other items like that they're building where it's not really jacked up in the same way. God, you guys are pretty so sick of me talking about this, right? Let's let's go back to what we're here for. Before I get too carried away talking about starter items for the rest of my life. God, I can't believe I was doing a prediction stream. That feels so long ago. Oni Warriors versus the Dragons. Can they do it again? Oh, my phone's blowing up. So popular. Messages from my parents. Fucking wild. Yep, exactly, Vamper. Yeah, exactly. And the pen tends to be put on items that aren't... It tends to be you have high power non-pen items and lower power items with percent pen. And you need to be stacking a few different percent pen items. Ooh, my armpit's sore. Ooh, it feels like tired. Yeah, exactly, which is why Archmages isn't as powerful. If that was out in like season 3 or 4, that would have been an insanely good item. Pen is so necessary. That's right. What do you guys want to talk about? I've been rambling on. You are there in the chat. Do you have any questions? Do you have any statements you want to make? It can be about SPL, it can be about Smite, it can be about old SPL, it can be about anything you like. It can be about what's my cat's name, which is Honey. Great cat. Oh yeah, everyone was slamming Nuwa all the time, weren't they? I forgot about that. I forgot that Nuwa was like really... In the first few weeks of Season 8, everyone was slamming Nuwa, weren't they, with Archmage? I forgot about that. I thought she was going to see some Pro League play. That's a good question, Nathan. I think... Wait, let me think about this one. I think Zhong, you know? I know it's controversial, but I think just Zhong. Oh, interesting, Roldy. Interesting. Oh, wait, sorry, Roldy. I read your thing wrong. I thought you were saying if Onis play Dragons, the Onis win, but they don't beat the Titans. I personally think Dragons will beat Titans. And I had this feeling they might actually crush them. Just this kind of weird feeling. But, maybe I'm wrong. Actually, boys, I've got an idea. Ooh. Amuse yourself momentarily while I do some things in the background. Ignore that noise if you heard it. Yeah. Ven's popping off, man. Actually, while you guys are here, I feel obliged to inform you of my... Oh, Cake Man B is here. Vamos. Lane, you turned up at a great time because in honor of much better streamers than myself, it's time for a marbles race. Oh, that's right. For a whole... Actually, I've got shitloads of codes to give away that I never got around to actually doing. So at some point later on, I'm going to do a big like baller stream where I'm just going to give away marbles. I'm just going to give away like everything. Giving it all away, mate. I'm going to splash the cash, make it rain. I keep holding this. This is my cat's fucking toy that she chases around. But for some reason, if I'm on the desk, I'm like, Yeah, I don't want to brag, but I am a I'm not Zeeth. Zeeth, you always appear for the you always just like come out of nowhere for the marbles. Have you won one yet? All the partner codes, yeah. I'm just a big deal, man. What can I say? Summoned by marbles. I mean, have any of you guys won a Hazer marbles race? I've not even been in the top 10. Like, I've not. Once I saw myself, you know, when it flashes up in the top 10, I was like, I'm there, I'm there. And that was the closest I've come to winning. 2. No, Hazer marble races, not my ones. Vamper, you are busted when it comes to my races. Did you guys watch Hazer's best of season 7 video? You definitely should if you haven't, because a certain Chad edited that one. Right, I'm going for a long course. You really do, Vamper, man. You fucking beast on this one. Oh, Haunted Hills, 4 minutes. Yes, this is the never won. You know what? I actually subbed right before a race once. Oh. Oh, wait, no, what? Am I in someone else's race? What the hell's going on? I think I'm in someone else's race. What have I done? I think I just... I know. You weren't supposed to see because I wasn't supposed to have been in the... Could you hear that noise? Could you hear that fucking... Jesus, that was terrifying. What the fuck? Why have all my abilities failed me? Gauntlet, this sounds like... Oh, it's because I'm not signed in. There we go. Pleb. Hey, I'm signed in. Great news. Oh, it was a simulation race. I started a simulation race by myself. Right. It was pretty ominous, wasn't it? Okay. Da 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 da. Are you ready? Bam! Wait, no, wait. Bam! Marbles. Oh, Nathan. Nathan, that's awful. Oh, Nathan, that's so bad. Rigged play is in. Wait. Oh, I thought Vampy hadn't actually entered yet, and you're already spamming the Oh, Blaine, I was going to ask, if you're still here, how's the job hunt going? He's already gone, I think. I can't see him in the viewer list, but I saw you on the job hunt. No fun. I did see the Finch avatar. I haven't bought it yet, but I will do shortly. Right. Slam play if you want to be in. This is for a on her Impaler skin. Oh, it's free, is it? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna rock that one. Any last lurkers? If you are lurking, now is the time to pounce. Do you know what? I'm gonna put on some fucking intense music to just testing the waters one now. Good thinking. Blaine, get yourself in this fucking marbles race in the meantime, mama. I thought you fucked up the command there. Right. Now the VIP is here. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. You turn up at a great time, Gratis, because if you want to join the marbles race, this is for an on her skin. So if you just hit !play, you're in a ranked game. I respect that so much. !play, hop right in. There you go. Right, I'm going to wait 10 seconds for any lurkers to appear. But thanks so much. I really appreciate that. Oh, Roldy. Coming in hot. I started the hypey music too early. Let's go. You may recognize this from Smite World's video. What rank am I? Bronze, wood 5. Dog turd 5. I haven't played ranked in about 1 billion years. Whoa. Wait, have we done this one before? I think we might have done this one before. The gauntlet. Oh, the big anus of destiny. We've definitely done this one before. Oh, sorry for playing his ranked game and just hearing shout out the great anus of destiny. Right. Oh, Mid-Tiades is the first one down the canal. Oh, we've definitely. I've only done like 4 marbles races ever, and I managed to pick a course I've already done before. Roldy. Oh my god, Roldy is racing ahead. What the fuck, Roldy? This is that sub luck. This is what it does for you. Oh, Tanner, no, you were just a second too late. Although we all know Tanner, you wouldn't have won anyway, so I felt so sorry for you at that last one when you were winning the whole way and then your one just gave up right at the end. Roldy is running away with this right now. Where's Gratis? Oh, Gratis, you're in second for a second there. Yeah, Gratis is in second, so that's a great time to come in, but you're both fanning around a bit. Because Roldy is just rolling. Yeah, honestly, that is... Oh, Gratis, no, Gratis is down. Gratis is down. What happened to you? Yeah, Rangda sounds busted. Are you playing it right now? It sounds absolutely insane to me as a start. Because you still get Chalice. It's not like you're short on... Oh shit, everyone's dying. Zeeth is down. It's not like you're short on sustain either. You've got fucking 40 power coming out of the bat. Oh, Roldy though. Roldy's slipping. Where's everyone else? Oh my god, everyone is so far away. Look at Nathan. What a handsome gent. Damn, Roldy. I'm trying to work out what game it was in the Smite Worlds video that this is to. I think this might be the end. This is game 5 World Finals this song played. Yeah, Roldy, man, you're made for this game. Vamper's just, you know, stumbling his way down. Even his rigged win didn't help him this time. Roldy, what are you doing? You're in no rush. Let's watch his victory procession. Wait. Oh, someone's catching up. Oh, there's someone behind him. But Roldy's done it. Congrats. Nathan, you were like... Oh, Nathan, you guys actually... Oh, Nathan! No. Beginners, that's your first game. Well, goddamn. Where's Mid-Tiades? Standing around. And Blaine is just in no rush. At least he's still alive. That's better than the rest of us can say. Oh, whoops, wrong person. Mid-Tiades is in. And Blaine's making his way there. Almost crashed out the Phoenix spot. Yeah, you tried your best. Well done, Mr. Roldy. Easy clap, easy clap. Too easy for Roldy, man. Too easy for Roldy. And look at that music timing. It's clean as it gets. Delightful stuff. Final results. How many people survived? Only 4 people survived. And first place and 4th was separated by 35 seconds. And Roldy just crushing it. Grats. Poor Gratis, man. You were challenging. You were right there behind him, and then just suicide immediately. So Roldy, send me a whisper, and after the stream is over, I will send you a code, because I vowed to never send codes live on stream after I showed all of my codes at once previously. So, it's for an on her and impale. Bet they can't win twice. Nathan, that's gambling talk. Good game, good game. Should we do a viewer game? Just for bants? Are you guys in on a viewer game? If we roll one up, it's like a little arena or some shit like that. Signing off. Fair enough, fams. Enjoy your intellectual. God, say everyone's going to bed. No. Enjoy your intellectual pursuits as ever, because I'm sure you're doing something super smart as usual. Start again tomorrow morning. You would smoke me. You absolutely would. Live on stream. Well, it sounds like everyone's gone to fucking bed anyway, so maybe this isn't the time for a viewer game. That's okay. I understand that you guys don't love me. You'd horror. Lucky man. Treat yourself. To be honest, actually, I might call it there because because post stream, my arm. I feel like I don't want to push it any further. I don't want my 5G signals to start fucking with my gameplay. Stream often? No. Well, kind of. I stream I'll do 3 days in a row I'll stream and then not stream for like a month. Because yeah, often I feel like Militiades would have something to say if I said yes. I try to, and I fail. Hey, thank you, Vamps. I will definitely give her a treat. Oh, the follow. There he is. I appreciate it, man. All right, boys. Thank you very much for hanging out. I much appreciate having you to hang out with me. That was like the worst sentence I've ever heard. Wait, how do I? Oh no! Now you get to that part of the stream where I try and host someone else and spaz around for a while. It's time to host a channel. Oh, where am I? Okay, it says that I've got no channels online to host, even though I can see the channels online. So, you know what? Go, send yourself into someone else's chat. Send yourself into. Wait, let me see. Wait, surely there's a way I can do this. Why am I such a boomer? Godspeed, you beautiful bastards. Godspeed. Yeah, it won't let me host anyone. It says all of my people are offline. I know they're not, so that's disappointing. Anyway, see you, Lows, and I much appreciate you hanging out. Oh yeah, the Prime thing. Yeah, literally hosted him as he was ending his stream. I raided him twice and then hosted him because I didn't know what I was doing. Some fucking bot apparently. But all right, thanks, my man, and I shall see you in the next one. Hey smooch to you all. Welcome to the Hey Nation. Later.